We're live. We're alive from very cold and snowy New York City, New York, baby. Not beating the allegations, big dog. I know. My hair being slicked back with the turtleneck makes my head look extra small. I know. You look distinguished. Thank you. It's so cold outside, bro. I swear to God. Do you enjoy traveling so much recently? No, I don't. I congratulate you on coming to New York City for the literal coldest day. I know, I'm gonna talk all about that. So I had to go on a journey to get heat tech from Uniqlo. For those of you who don't know, it's very cold here. Okay, let me tell you what it is right now. Like right now, it's 9 degrees, but with the wind, it gets down to minus 15, which is Minneapolis weather. Anyway, I went and got heat tech from Uniqlo, but only the top because they didn't have any bottoms left. They had no bottoms left, which, pause, you know? You go to the bottom store and they're all out of bottoms. I'm like, well, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? In any case, and I went and got a top. And then for the record, New York, Mumdanistan, Hasanabi head central, okay? I'm like dipping in and out of shops. I go to like Arc'teryx. Because at this point, I'm like, what's winter gear, right? I live in Los Angeles, so I'm like unfamiliar with these brands, right? The big turtleneck I have is from Montclair. I know that's like a fancy schmancy store. Arc'teryx, I've heard a lot about, right? And there's just fans working at all of these places. I bought Arc'teryx. Are you rich? Yes, I am. I got these gloves. These are wind stoppers. They're Gore-Tex. But I'll be honest, my fingertips, they're still cold with these bad boys. So I got the Arc'teryx. Then I go to the store. I go to a store and I met my first hater in the wild. I've never had that before. And it should have been expected because it was the Montclair store. Because you know that big bulky turtleneck that I wear, which I've been wearing nonstop? It's been carrying me throughout this entire trip. I got that at a thrift store in Japan. It's a Montclair one. And it's been carrying my bitch ass through this entire process, right? I was like, you know what? I'm ducking and diving into stores. Like I'm going outside. If it's not windy, it's tolerable. But then when the wind kicks in, I'm like diving into the first store. I'm like literally Gap, Arc'teryx, whatever. I went into like Artesia or something. It's like a women's store. Like I was just going into like whatever store I could, like Auntie Annie's, Pretzel Time. Like I don't even give a shit. I'm like, I have to. Like I have to literally bob and weave. Like it's not even about like purchasing stuff at this point. Now it's become a matter of life and death, right? Artesia, is that what it's called? Onk said Aritzia. I don't know what it's called. But it's like, it's just women's clothes only, right? Like the guy was looking at me like, what are you doing here? You know, he's like, I don't think there's anything for you here, big fella. Like he was giving me that look. And I basically was like, I was just like, man, I had to do it. Aritzia, the one that fat shamed Cutie Cinderella. Damn. Well, you know, I didn't get to cop the wares. I didn't get to browse the wares at all. I was just more so like, I'm making no jokes about it. Like I'm telling you, this was a matter of survival. So I'm just going in and out. I'm just going in and out of these fucking stores trying to exist. And finally I get to the Montclair store. There was a dude that ran out from the Tag Heuer, like I think that's like a watch brand, right? Like I don't really fuck with watches. You guys know this. Anyway, he came out, he's like, "Oh my God, I got to take a photo with you." Like, but it was crazy. Like the amount of Hasanabi heads out here, this is what I was looking like too. I had 2 turtlenecks on. I had another shirt, like a work shirt on. And then I had the Carhartt like jacket out here looking like Steven S. Bannon. Dude pops out of the Tag Heuer store and he's like, "Bro, I gotta take a photo with you. He's like, this is gonna really piss off the MAGA bots." I was like, sure, let's do it, right? It's kind of funny though, because like this guy's just selling expensive watches to rich people, but he's a Hasanabi head. Like you guys work in like the funniest places. Anyway, is it more Hasanabi heads or just that everyone walks there so you get stopped more? Maybe both, but it felt pretty crazy. Like I was getting stopped nonstop, and I'm by myself. Like I'm not even with March. There's no cameras or anything. I thought that I was actually being a little undercover. You know what I mean? Like I was not undercover at all. I was not slick. So in any case, I'm getting stopped left and right. So I basically finally make my way to the Montclair store. I can't fit in the shit, okay? 10-pound hot dog in a 5-pound bag. And I don't like the big puffers, like, anyway. I don't like the bubble jackets regardless. I don't like the way it looks. I'm not a fan. Whatever, right? So I walk into the Montclair store, and that's when I first met my hater in the wild. I've never had a hater roll up to me in the wild before. Never had, like, this has never happened to me in private. And he was like, but it makes sense that it happened in a fucking Montclair store, because it's like, you know, rich asshole shit, right? It's like, these are very expensive jackets, as I've come to find. And this guy was like, you're a real fucking asshole, you know that? And I laughed. I laughed in his face. I was like, okay. Like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, you're a fucking asshole. And he just like walked away quietly. That's it. Or no, he said, you're a douchebag. He's like, you're a real fucking douchebag. So I guess, yeah, he was a shopper. So I guess socialism is when no Montclair jacket. Well, it's real socialism out here then. But it was a funny interaction. It was a funny moment. Aritzia is not a woman's store, lol. Yeah, it was not Michael Rappaport, for those who are wondering. But hi Hassan, respectfully asking if you could take me as your Ottoman wife. I'm good, thank you. Person actually didn't know who you were. They just really annoyed at how attractive you were. I mean, I just thought it was like a funny. He must, like, imagine being that bent out of shape. But yeah, and the guy who was helping me look for stuff was like, does he know you? And I was like, yeah, he's probably some fucking MAGA guy. He's probably like a MAGA guy. Or he's probably like a pro-Israel guy. He's one or the other, usually. Talking shit over some Montclair jackets? Yeah. But it's just like, I don't know. It was just it was a fun little experience. It was a unique experience. Was it a Chud archetype or Groiper? I don't know. I didn't look at him. Yeah, did you guys like the Don Lemon interview, by the way? We're making inroads with the libs. I'm telling you, man, if you're a liberal and you're on the independent side now, you've noticed the shift. I can't be alone in this. I feel like liberals are waking up. They're waking up. They're woke now. They're waking up to the realities as the contradictions worsen. Even with like the Essex County play in New Jersey, I think a lot of like educated white libs, even in the suburbs, who previously would have an ideological commitment to like third way neoliberalism, are moving away from that. And one must ask the question, why? And I think it's because their kids are not getting jobs. Their kids are staying at home, right? And it's becoming impossible to deal with, where they're like, I wanted my child to have a better future. I wanted my child to have a better life than mine. I sent him to the best schools and he's just fucking sitting at home on the couch, barely making ends meet. How is this possible? And they're being forced, I think, to reckon with how bad the situation actually is. Don Lemon, famous folk hero, esteemed reporter in the crosshairs of the administration, Don Lemon, said Ana Navarro was my great friend, so I was a guest, so I didn't want to like cook her too hard. So I just, you know, made my points be known, and I think I won over the panel for the most part, especially because the rest of the panel also had similar opinions towards the commentary that was coming from Ana Navarro. They were not too fond of it. It was pretty funny to see just more and more guests coming on. I was like, this has got to be it, right? I'm thinking in my head, like, this has got to be it. This is the maximum amount of guests. I was like, nope, more guests, more guests, more guests. I was like, damn, too many guests.
And we need to embrace them and amplify these people who are having second thoughts and who are regretting their vote. There's a lot here where I live.
Can I say something? I know I've said a lot. The thing I was going to say is this. There is this calculation that takes place every election cycle in the midterms, only in the Democratic Party, by the way. This never happens in the Republicans, what I'm about to say, which is, how do we get these racists on board? Oh, we have to become a little bit more racist. Oh, we have to become transphobic. Oh, we have to do this. We have to do that. No, we want those voters to come and vote for the Democratic Party, or to vote for the most progressive politician that's available. We want them to do that. But we don't want them to do that by conceding on these ridiculous lines. We want them to do that because we're offering something to every American unconditionally. Medicare for all is obviously a great example of this, because at the end of the day, racists need health care too. Races need a roof over their heads too. And if they have that roof over their heads, and if they have that healthcare, maybe it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to act out on their racist desires. So my argument always is, instead of trying to bargain with them and instead of trying to concede on these, culture war narratives, offer them something to vote for the first time ever, instead of taking a defensive position and allowing the Republicans to dominate the conversation.